Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy, P Farm, thinking right out here in my lab. The sun is up now, so I'm still doing what I do for you. I got a nice little lesson for you today. My favorite. We're going to talk a little bit more about my from a perspective that's going to be a little different, called balance. All right, let's go. Rightism. 25 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in to receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to, know thyself. You see where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I ask the question, do you know you? Well, when I'm through, that's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not, foolish, disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. So you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know, dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm a spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself. And oh, my girl, my yacht, be true. Speaking of which, that's what we about to do now. Right thinkers, let's talk about my yacht, aka balance in all aspects of your life. My yacht is a philosophy that carries a whole lot of cachet. Why? It gives you the opportunity, righteousness, justice, reciprocity, order. Everything that's divine is what my yacht represents. If you live in my yacht, you live it right. Okay, let's talk about it. That's what I live, my yacht. If you follow me daily, I appreciate you all, you will know one thing. My yacht is who I pay respect and worship to before I do my lessons. Why? Before you do anything, you got to bring God into it. My yacht is my aspect of God, okay? And my yacht is a philosophy that's based on duality, two things. Okay, up, down, good, bad, in, out. That's my yacht. Good, bad, the yin and yang of everything. How about that? But my yacht was there first. And she represents opposites, what? Working together as one. That's balance in your life. You need a male and a female to come together to create life. That's my yacht. That's duality as its best right there. Reciprocity. Male gives, female receive. Female receive, the male give. That's how infinity, that keeps it going. That's reciprocity. When one is given, the other receiving. When the other is given, the other receiving. That's my yacht is best. I'm old school. I'm going to take you on a trip. Back in the day, triple beam scale was one of my favorite tools I had. Why? It was a way to keep the balance. I put the numbers down here, X so many grams. I get it. They level out. That's balance. I was president of my yacht a long time ago, unbeknownst to me. All right. Again, that aspect of my life. I was in the drug business, so I sold by the gram. Get out of there. All right, moving on. But now I live my yacht a more what? Balanced lifestyle. When daily. Have been for the last almost 20 years, but yeah. But yeah, I put that into effect. And what it does, it keeps me receiving my blessings when daily. You can't be blessed daily. Yes, you could. What makes you think you can? You're blessed for your actions and your deeds. If you do right on a day-to-day basis, you earn your blessings. If you don't need that blessing, that's called the bank of blessings. You stack them up. Okay, so when you have adverse situation in life, those blessings that you got stacked up, they come to you. Trust me. If you don't understand that, you ain't been living right. Okay? I'm trying to get you to understand that. Why? I live my yacht daily. Everything. Keep balance. Why? A life in balance, aka you live in my yacht, is a life well lived. Why? Or when? On a day-to-day basis. You can't practice something every now and then. I practice my yacht when in daily, and it's in everything I do. It's part of my daily life. Yes, I live right. Simple as that. Spiritual discipline keeps me on the straight and narrow. You know, if you don't do that, if you do that, what's going to happen? Oh, you don't want that. So anything that you know the consequence of is not going to be beneficial to you, why would you do it? That's the ignorant part right there. To think that you can do something that ain't good for you, it's going to turn out good, is crazy. You can't keep putting out the same effort and get the same result and think it's going to be different the next time. If it didn't work yesterday, it's not going to work today. Moving on, that's life. You got to make changes as you go. In life, too much or too little or anything ain't good. That's why balance. You can't ride a two-wheel bike without balance. Life is like riding a two-wheel bike. We help them in the beginning. We get training wheels in the beginning, but eventually you got to find your balance in life, centering yourself, and going about your business. You hold in the back seat, your kid riding, they don't see you back there, they just riding, they on their own, they don't even know it. They think you holding on, you don't let them go. They just pedaling, they just going. They look back, ah! Remember them days? Okay, that's parenting. Okay, everybody should have that experience. Both sides, when you was a kid and then when you was an adult. So it's a cycle. Certain things in life makes a cycle of life, not a bunch of dumb stuff. Bad cycle don't get you nowhere. The cycle meaning what was given to you. If it was good, you give it to yours. I didn't give my kids what I didn't like about life. I didn't do to my kids what I didn't like being done to me. That's the cycle of life. Simple as that. Moving on, but I had to get that out. And again, in life, too much of this or too much of that ain't good. Balance. When Adam and Eve was in the Garden of Eden, they didn't have knowledge of good and evil. Okay, they just took their parents' advice. Again, once you start feeling yourself, so to speak, smelling yourself, whatever you want to call it, you start, going on your own. When they did that, God said, okay, it's time to go. If you can't buy my rules, get out. Sound like a good parent to me because that's happened in my house, so you getting out. I did things that I had to get out. If you can't follow the rules, you got to go start your own. That's all. A balanced life is a right lived life. A balanced life is what? Knowing. It's okay to know right from wrong. Why? You need to. But if somebody's guiding you, you don't need to know why. Just do what they tell you to do. Once you figure out, and the serpent gave them that idea, and once they did it, they couldn't go back. Well, once you do that, you can't go back. You will surely die. Now you're under your own auspiciousness of your life. God ain't protecting you. Why? He didn't put you out the Garden of Eden. You can't come back. So that's where that concept comes from. But doing what's right, knowing right from wrong, your job is to do what's right. Why? Because if you do what's wrong, you're going to pay the consequences. And don't you want to be rewarded for good things, not punished for bad things? We teach you that as kids. If you do good at school, you bring paper home, put it on the refrigerator. Yeah, look at my kid. Yeah. If you come home with a big F paper, that ain't going on my refrigerator. So, two different concepts. But again, balance. Understanding what's right and doing. If you're not living right, wait a minute, Scooby-Doo, okay? You have no balance in your life. That means it's like this. That ain't balance. No, that's the serpent. That's the snake. That's the roller coaster ride we tell you about. Level it out. Balance it out. That's life. Again, that's right there in the philosophy concept I try to teach you to live. With balance in your life daily, what'll happen? You will be blessed for what? Just living, right? Why you think our elders so nice, so easygoing? They're being rewarded for that from their God personally. Everybody ain't got to see your blessings. Everybody ain't got to know about your blessings. All you got to do is earn them. They see that. Okay? Righteousness, virtue. Those two things put together equals balance in your life. That's why I think the philosophy go to get you to act on those two things so you can have your own balance. That's all. And you will be rewarded for just doing that. And once you figure that out, now you're good to go. You no longer need my tutelage. Why? You done figured it out. That's my goal, to get you there. You don't have to be an angel. You got to be perfect. No. Just live right. Do the right thing. What's that? You know right from wrong. You just do the right thing. Having a side chick, you think that could be wrong? Somebody need to tell you that? somebody got to tell you cheating is wrong. Come on, man. Stop with the nonsense. Moving on. That's the difference. Knowing right from wrong means nothing. The action from knowing right from wrong, that's to decide where you're going to get or what you're going to get. You're going to get, oh, you earned that blessing. Trust me. That's what life is about. And what you got? The lifestyle that I chose to live is one of righteous and virtuous. Why? That keeps me balanced in life, and it keeps good things happening for me in my life. No drama, no outside nonsense, no noise. I call it. I don't do noise. I like quiet. Okay, so I'm that type of person. I'm not going to do a whole bunch of nonsense. Why? I'm Maat conscious. That's why. Yes, I keep balance in order and reciprocity in my daily life. If I do something for you, I'm doing it out of the kindness of my heart. You don't owe me nothing. I give you this. You don't owe me nothing. You want to donate? You want to help the cause? That don't hurt me at all. I appreciate it, but I'm not asking for none of that. I'm the giver, and God blesses what? Cheerful givers. You know that concept? Oh, you must not be a cheerful giver. All right. Again, the opposite of Maat is what? Doing wrong. And doing wrong is how I used to live. There was nothing Maat about that. All right. And I lived wrong in how I used to live before I became enlightened. But know what living wrong got me? Trouble, AKA prison time. That's what wrong living gets you. Ain't nothing good coming from bad. Only bad. Trust me. So if you stuck on being bad, your life is stuck in that cycle of what? Going in and out of prison, revolving door, they call it. You ain't changed. Simple as that. If I was still him, I wouldn't be here. Might not still be alive. Why? Because the lifestyle don't give you long life. Okay, one bad decision, one bad move, it's over. I can't live like that. Today, I'm comfortable living nice and quiet and peaceful, okay? If you got to walk out the door with a gun on your hip, and you ain't the police, you ain't living right. Simple as that. All right, now I do what's right. Why? Because I receive blessings. That's why. How about that? It's real simple. I'll make it real easy for you. That's why it's what? My new way of life. I like being blessed and like getting rewarded for what? Doing the right thing. Just being a good person. I'll take that over being Knowing thyself is the heart and mind, what? Becoming one. That's true balance. I told you, heart, mind, coherence. When this and this becomes one, you got it. You got it. Now you can live on your own terms. Okay? Right. When your heart and your mind are in balance, in sync, in harmony with one, you're good. Why? Because now you what? Know yourself. If you know God, you know you. If you know you, you know God. They're interchangeable. All right? When your life is in balance, it's only because you're thinking and living right. It don't happen by accident. Think about it. You have to do things for things to happen, cause and effect. The effect of being blessed is the cause that you're putting in the work. That's the cause. The effect is the receiving the blessings that you get for the what? Your IRE, the action, your deed. Not because you're Christian, not because you claim to be this. Nope. How you live. Simple. I live balance. In whatever I do, I find in my yacht, I find that common ground, I find that where I need to be. And I also see what? Both sides before I make any decision. A judge can't make a decision with just the plaintiff or just defendant. They need both. He got to hear both sides. Your brain is the same way. It should see both sides of every situation. That's my yacht. Okay? A lot of time we think we know something. I try to break it down so you ain't got to think. Now you know. Okay, you're pretty sure what you heard. Yeah, that's what that means. I got it. Now, if you're all mental, I mean, you're so intellectually smart, you got all this knowledge, you know everything, and you're just thinking with no emotions, no compassion, no feelings, then that's no balance. That's imbalance. All knowledge, no emotions. Raise it up. Okay, balance it out. That's all. Moving on. When you can control your ego, that's the balance that you need for that. The emotions, why? That's what the ego control. How you feel. Anger, greed, lust, all those desires, that's all ego. Okay? When you can control the ego, you control all those aspects. Jealous, greed, envy, lust, all those negative qualities that's in your character, you have to eradicate them with what? Maat philosophy. And if you're all mental, just thinking, no emotion, no balance. And remember, so it's two sides. If you're all emotion, you're just a bundle of emotion. And females, y'all are emotions run wild, aka feelings. I feel. No thought, no rhyme, no reason, no rationale. That's not balance in your life. Yep, no balance. Again, emotions shouldn't be leading you. No way. And there's another lesson. Stop right there. But again, this is about balance. All emotion, no thinking, in balance. So we go. Put them together. Think more, less emotion. Now you can operate on what? A level term. The playing field is leveled out for you. Your decision making should be made from a level playing field. Meaning you got both sides, you got to understand them both. Now you can make a better decision. What? For yourself. You're the judge. You're the one calling the shots. Spirit above. Matter, physical, below. As above, so below. Why? What goes on here goes on here. You got to understand that. And that's called balance of what? Man and spirit. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. The spirit is inside the physical body. You are an individual. You're two people in one. Okay, the physical body is one. The astral body, the spirit is two. Dual, I dual, yeah. If you go I ego, the I ego, that means you edge God out. Dual means I am. That means you and God are one. Ooh, I like when I put that together. I just came up with that one. Ad-libble, all right? We are really, again, individual. That means we are dual. Two in one. Spirit and matter. That means we're having a human experience. We're alive. The spirit in the body gives us life. The physical body gives the spirit something to house. So they got to go together like the yin and the yang. God is the spirit. Man is the physical matter, the flesh. True balance is having spirit and matter, what? Become one with God, your higher self. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. Spirit with no matter, no balance. Why? Because that's like yin without the yang. Yin can't yin without yang. Yang can't yang without yang. They need each other. Dark can't be dark without what? Light. Light can be light without what? Dark. Opposites. That's what Maat represents. Okay? Understand that. It is very easy to philosophicalize and psychologically understand the premise of what it means. Hope you're learning this. Matter, physical body, with no spirit is what? We call that a dead body. If the life force is not in the body's no good. And all that buying nice, fiery, these big fancy caskets. Another lesson, I ain't going there. But yeah, once the body is spiritless, it has no use. And guess what? It ain't gonna rise in 3 days. That sure ain't gonna happen either. All right, wrapping it up. Matter with no spirit, yeah, we call it dead body. No spirit means no life. So they got to go together. Spirit needs the body to inhabit. Symbiotic symbiosis means one thing needs something else. Virus need a host. So the virus don't destroy the host. Why? It want to meld with it so it can survive. It's all about survival. Moving on at that level. Wrapping it up. Again, appreciate you tuning in. Just want to make this point about Maat. Give a little better understanding, hopefully. But knowing thyself is what? Taking matter, your physical, back to what? Spiritual. In consciousness. meaning the heart and mind become one. You know thyself, you will know you and God inhabit the same body. You're conscious of your higher self. You have what? Self-knowledge. That's my goal. That's the lesson. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back with some more for you, but right now I got to go. And in closing, right thinkers, may y'all let it be 100. Me, 100 minus that day. So I never know that my right thinkers have passed away. Remember, you practice Maya, you don't die.